Hola, buenas tardes. This is Mr. Thompson, and I'm going to do a little video on what a few announcements and a little review of the grammar that you're taking the test over. Since I think I posted it a couple of days ago, the point 5 right here was due. Oh, it's due today, but I have extended the due date until the 31st because I know that some people have started a little later, so I'm given a little flexibility this month. But anyway, I'm going to go over a few things. The first thing is, I want to remind you, since I'm on the topic of the point 5, next month I'm putting in your, Unidad dos. So here you have Unidad uno, Unidad dos. So you click on that and it takes you straight to the assignments. If you click on the assignment, it gives you more details. You guys just play around with this until you get, you get familiar with it. Google Classroom is really nice. It's very, very user-friendly and very organized so that you can see all your assignments in order. But what I've started doing at the beginning of the unit for Unit 2, I've got calendar and initial information for Unidad dos. So if you look in there, I've given some instructions for this unit. I've given you a calendar. So the calendar shows you due dates, when things are happening during the month. One thing on the calendar, this live session, I may change that. I'm actually not going to do live sessions this year, but what I will do is I'll do these videos. So at the beginning of each month, I'm going to have a little video for you, kind of outlining the unit and what the expectations and where everything is in Google Classroom. So this live session, I'm probably going to be changing that because I'm not going to be doing that. Also here, I've attached the point 5 grammar because really you should be working your way through this the entire month. This is not something that you do in 2 days and then take the test. This is a month long. These are all the grammar concepts that you need to master before you can take that test. And this is what helps you actually begin to communicate, etc. I also am trying to, well, not trying, I am going to find nice little visuals, little screenshots that exemplify the concept. So for direct objects, for Unit 2, I've got this little picture of direct objects, etc., etc. And where did I find those? Well, you guys can find good visuals like this too if you just go to Google and type in, for example, this month we're doing ser versus estar. So just type that in, go for images, and you've got all these great images that tell you, when to use ser, when to use estar. This ser is used on these occasions, estar is used on these occasions. Or you can find one that's got the conjugations of ser and estar, like here. You've got all the conjugations of ser, the conjugations of estar, when to use ser, when to use estar. There's so many visuals, and there are so many videos. So if there's anything that you feel like, hey, I need a little bit more work on that, or I don't quite understand the concept, then go to Google and just do some searches, and you'll find all kinds of good stuff. All right, let's go back to the Unit 5 stuff. So this grammar, when you're looking through the course, I'm sorry, I keep flipping around. So when you go to Unidad dos, I'll just go ahead and give you a heads up on that one. You look through here, let's go back to Unidad uno. You look through and you've got your initial information, and then you've got all the assignments in order. You've got all the due dates of the assignments over here to the right. And if you click on it, then you've got instructions. I have a video on how to do this assignment if you aren't sure what you're doing. I've got explanation about it. In the 1.1, I will be posting on a certain date my Quizlets so that you can compare your sets with my sets. But these won't be available until after the due date for you making your own sets. And then finally, at the bottom, there's this document attached that has all your vocabulary. When you go into Quizlet and do your Quizlets, I want 3 sets. It seems like I'm pretty sure everybody's on board with that now. You make one set and you name it 1.1.1, and the next set 1.1.2, etc. Unit 2 is going to say 2.1.1, 2.1.2, 2.1.3. So every unit, the first number will change to reflect which unit you're in. And those are all in Quizlet. And I think everybody is rolling in Quizlet. While I'm talking about Quizlet, I want to mention that I still have about 35 parents that have not sent me the permission for you to use Quizlet. So please talk to your parents, look in Parent Portal. If you still have a missing for the Quizlet assignment, then I don't have it because I'm completely up to date as of this minute. As soon as I get them, I'm recording it in Parent Portal. So if anything's missing there, please don't hesitate to talk to your parents and have them send me the form or email me and I'll send the form again. Let's see. So that I've talked about the 0.5 activities starting at the beginning of the month and work your way through those throughout the month. One more point on this. So at the bottom of the 0.5, you've got this document, and I give you either a lesson that you can read, or more often than not, I give you videos to watch. After you've watched the video, I always give a practice activity. So you can click on these practice activities, and this is just an example. And the practice activity, they're all interactive. So you start the activity, sometimes it just like pops straight into the activity, and you take like a little quiz. The nice thing about this is it gives you immediate feedback. So if I say Andrea, blank, and La Casa, well, La Casa is a location. So I know I'm going to use the verb ser. So that limits it to these two because these are from the verb estar. So it's the opposite. It's a location, so it's going to be estar. Location is estar. So I throw out es and son, and then I have to decide, is it está or is it estás? Well, Andrea is a girl, so she's going to be ella. So if I have a chart, if you found yourself a chart, let's see, ser versus estar, and go to my images, and let's find the conjugations. Here we go. So I know I'm going to use estar because that's location, which you'll know, like look at this little thing, estar, location right there. So what was the Andrea? So that's going to be ella. So I look at ella está. So go back over here and I'm like, okay, Andrea está en la casa. Check it out. It tells you immediately if you got it right or not. Now, all these things for Unit 1 really are review. These are all things that you should have already seen in Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. So they shouldn't be overwhelmingly difficult. It should just, all, like I said, all should be a review. If you don't know, if you're having a hard time with this, then you better do everything that I've provided because you're going to have a very hard time if you haven't mastered these concepts yet. Now, in its learning, I also, I'll go over here to plans. In its learning, I have provided some extra practice. All of these things that I've put in the planner, like right here, let's see, in Unidad Uno, I've got práctica de gramática. This is just extra practice. I'm not grading these. If it looks like people are not taking advantage of it, I may start grading it, but you should go in and do this just for practice to make sure you've mastered the concept. Lectura, here's some more reading practice. Escuchar, this is more listening practice. If you really want to, um, if you really want your Spanish to improve, then I highly recommend you going in and doing these extra practices that I'm providing in It's Learning. And unfortunately, I have to put these in It's Learning because they are created in It's Learning. All the Spanish teachers for Spanish 3 were kind of creating things and sharing things, and these particular things are being created in It's Learning. So I do tell you, I do mention, go back over here, I'm letting you know that there are extra practice activities. Like right here, I said, I have added a grammar practice in It's Learning to review for this grammar test. You can take it as many. So I will let you know, keep looking in here because when I add things, I always make a note that I've added them. All right, so talked about that, talked about, oh, kudos to everyone for getting their work in so well. You guys are amazing. And I so look forward to, I know this month is a little more complicated because it's the first month and everybody's wrapping their head around how the course works. But after this month, I'm expecting everybody knows what they're doing. But from what I've seen from this month, with how well everyone has, the vast majority of you have gotten your work in so quickly and so it's so well done that I'm really excited about how we're all going to progress together throughout this course. Also, just a note, in August, I'm not taking any points off for late work in August, but everything has to be in by the 31st. If we look at the calendar, today's the 29th, the 31st is Saturday. So anything I get after Saturday, I'm going to start deducting points. So don't let, I know this is a long holiday weekend, so I hope everybody's on target. I have 5 students that joined us a week ago, maybe, and those 5 students, I've given them a little bit more extension, but everyone who's been in the class since the middle of August, you've had plenty of time to get all your stuff in. Let's see. 35, talked about the Quizlet permission. Please talk to your parents. By the end of the 2nd of September, which is the Tuesday after Labor Day, so that's right here, or actually that's Monday. I should have said the 3rd. So by the 3rd, my goal is to have all the grades for everything that has been turned in by the 31st. So if you turned your work in by the 31st, your grade will be in Parent Portal. If you turn in something on the 1st, I cannot guarantee that it's going to show up. You may have to wait for a long time for your work to show up, unless you're one of those 5 people. But generally, starting in September, if your work is late, you won't be seeing the grade for that until before the midterm, because I'm not going to go back and be checking late work. You guys have loads of time to get your work in. Unit 2, I posted all of this stuff for Unit 2. Well, that doesn't tell you, but this was posted August 16th, which means that I posted it on this Friday. You've already had 2 months, and the first assignment is not even due until September 10th. So you actually have 1, 2, 3.5 weeks, almost 4 weeks to get in the first assignment. That's way more time than necessary. So no excuses. Work around your schedules. I know many of you are in virtual for a lot of different reasons. Work around your schedule to get this work in on time. If you're having trouble with a computer, use a different computer. Sit at a different computer. Or if you can't get it all done at school, if they set aside a time for you, then you need to work at home. or go to the library because the library has lots of